You ever felt like you're just going through the motions? Back in the gym again, same machines, same workouts, same goal you've been chasing for years. You step on the scale, hoping that something's changed. And when it hasn't, you start questioning why you even bother. That's the problem. We treat exercise like punishment, something we do to lose weight, not something we actually enjoy. But what if it wasn't about chasing a number? What if you could train this way instead of punishment? That's what boxing gave me. It stopped being about weight loss, and that's actually when the weight loss started. It was just a byproduct. You don't have to be in this to fight, but if you're feeling this way, you're not the problem. Your training is. And maybe, just maybe, boxing could be the thing that changes everything. Let's get into it.
I've been doing martial arts for about 15 plus years now. In terms of people that are addicted to this stuff, that has been me. And I would say boxing isn't for everyone. Shut up. These f***ing cranes, it's too noisy here. Let me take you to the office. There's just something a little bit different about combat sports, and for me, boxing in particular. And it's not just for pros, it's not just for people who want to actually get in the ring and fight. But before I go into who I think it's for, we need to understand that fighting is natural. Fighting is something that is in our DNA. We evolved fighting. Most of the time it was for life or death, or to be able to calm yourself down in a circumstance that meant you put food on the table or you don't. So in times of high pressure situations, you're able to react, and you're able to problem solve under pressure. And you could go into even the realms of some people put this in, not in a fighting sense, but into business, into other things. It is in our DNA, whether it's fighting for something you believe in, or fighting with your hands or your feet, whatever it may be. Fighting is in our DNA. It's not about aggression, it's about control. And where I've probably seen this the most is in the boxing classes that I used to take. I used to take boxing classes in my gym, and they were always my most popular classes. It was because traditionally you had boxing gyms, and people would go to a boxing gym if they wanted to fight. And then on the other end, you had people who done boxercise, and they'd done a 3-hour course about learning to hold pads and throw a few combinations. But most of the time, because the instructor didn't really know what they were doing, the workouts would be very monotonous, samey, boring, very fitness orientated. You would never really see that true progression. So you would still be counting the calories burned in your Apple Watch. And the beauty of this, and probably one of the most beneficial things of learning something that is progressive, like boxing, like a martial art, is that you get an extremely effective workout. And first of all, if you do it properly. So they felt themselves progressing. They were able to push harder because they were able to move their body properly, get into the right positions, throw different combinations, feel good after it. And as a result, they burned more calories. And they learned something new. So it wasn't just all about what the numbers said on an Apple Watch. Whoever has the ability to motivate you has the ability to demotivate you. So the effectiveness on a workout shouldn't be on those things. It should be on how much you're progressing, how much you're feeling better. And jumping on a treadmill, a bike, at the gym, just doesn't do that. You'll last a few weeks. And if you've been on and off this cycle of trying to progress at something, whether it's weight loss or whatever it may be, sometimes putting yourself into a sport as simple as boxing, even if you don't want to fight, could change your life like it did mine. I think a lot of people don't talk about though, and something that I didn't realise until I was diagnosed with ADHD a couple of years ago, is if you're someone who gets very overwhelmed, you get a very busy mind, it's the only time really I feel present. I feel present when I'm in the ring, I feel present when I'm focused on not getting punched in the face, I feel present when I'm thinking about what combination I need to throw. I'm not thinking about the fact that my son missed his nap that day, so his sleeping schedule is going to be all over the place, or when my next meal is, or when my next client call is, or any of the kind of mundane day-to-day stressors that stress you out. I'm in the present moment, and that's something that I struggle with, and if you do too, something like this really helps you do that. And if I've got ADHD and I've lasted over 15 years doing this consistently, then it's got something to answer for. The thing is, even if you do want to fight, it's not about winning or losing the fight. It's like, chances are the majority of people watching this are not going to become pro boxers. Even though probably at 15 I thought I would be a pro boxer, because I get pretty hyper focused and obsessed with things. I learned more off the fights that I lost than the fights that I won, but it's just all about that level of progression. And when it comes to self-defense, when it comes to having the confidence when I'm walking my wife down the street with my 2 kids, that if anything was to happen, I know that I could defend them and I could defend myself, and I could get out of the situation. It's not about showing people that you can fight, it's about knowing that you've got that in your toolbox in order to just feel safe in the world that we're in. And feel free to debate me in the comments, but I probably won't change my mind on this one. 99 times out of 100, if someone has no martial arts experience and they're being threatening to you or you're caught in a bad situation, the person with the martial arts experience, especially if they've been doing it 6 months plus, a year, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it may be, you're going to at least be able to get out the situation, disarm it, and if you need to, end it. Sure, everyone can land a lucky punch, but when people think that they can fight, and I definitely thought that I could, especially after watching Rocky, and even with a name like Sylvester, I couldn't. Unless you've had a fight and had martial arts experience, you cannot fight. And you don't need to be able to. I think it's just about having confidence and feeling safe in the environment. So that is one promise that I can make with boxing, is that it will. So it has so many benefits beyond fitness. So if you made it this far, you're probably somewhat interested in picking up on martial arts, whether it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Thai boxing, whatever it may be. You might be a wee bit feared of going into a boxing gym, and I definitely was. And it was only because of getting bullied that I kind of forced myself to go in, but I've never looked back. But this might just be the answer that you're looking for. If you're getting bored of the same old workouts on a day-to-day basis, regardless of what your goals are, and if your goals are to lose fat, regardless of what workout you do, whether it's boxing, CrossFit, high rocks, Olympic weightlifting, BJJ, any of these things, you cannot outtrain a bad diet. And it's kind of what I'm known for. Well, you're in luck. All you need to do, pop down to the link below, put in your email address, 28 ways in 28 days to fix your diet. In this, I'll be sharing recipes, ways to meal prep, eat on the go, and even a little surprise on day 28 for anyone who's got a better attention span than me. So, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.